Hello everybody and welcome back to our playthrough of Neverwinter Nights, the original campaign. I actually changed my mind on what the game plan was from what I said at the end of last video. I already went and grabbed Tommy and took him back over to the Peninsula District and opened up a bunch of the boxes that I wasn't able to open up on myself. This is the contents of what we got. We got some necklaces, some gems, some armor, a sound burst that we can't use, so we're just going to sell. And that's about it. So we're going to sell that real fast. And then I noticed that I have a decent amount of money, and I think I'm going to use that to actually grab up all the different mercenaries that are for sale in this city. So I already own Tommy, but I'm going to go to the Trade of Blades, which is where all the other mercenaries were, and talk to each of those people and hire them. We won't necessarily take them along with us on ventures, at least not for this portion, but they do have their own side quests, which I already have 2 of them completed throughout our journeys. The Celestial Elixir and the Silver Ring are some items that they were searching for. So let's see if we can get some rewards for them for that. So first let's talk to Daelen Red Tiger.
Greetings. I see you are not yet infected by the plague that ravages Neverwinter. Among such suffering and misery, we who are not yet afflicted must be grateful for our health.
Who are you? I'm Daelen Red Tiger of the Uthgard tribes of the Frozen North, but it has been over a year since I left my people and came to Neverwinter. Now I earn my living as a blade for hire. I'm sorry, I don't know much about the Uthgard tribes. There are some in the city who call my people savages and barbarians, but they know nothing of the Uthgard. We are great warriors and hunters, following the herds and living off the land. My tribe is noble, but small. Among them, there was little chance of a young warrior to prove himself or earn a wife. But I am young and strong, and my people are renowned for their skill in battle. Here in Neverwinter, I found work on the docks as a guard for the cargo and shipments being transported. Then what happened? The coming of the plague changed everything. The quarantine halted all incoming or outgoing ships. There was no work and no money. I should have left the docks then. Many of the dock workers were afflicted, men I had come to know as friends. I stayed to ease their suffering, but in the end I could do nothing to save them from the wailing death. With my friends dead, there was no reason to stay in the docks, not with things getting worse. Now I earn a living with my axe as a freelance mercenary. What do you mean about the docks getting worse? The quarantine trapped ships in port, swelling the number of pirates and other criminals in the district. Men with no honor, and with a city guard focused on the plague, these evil men had seized control of the docks. An Uthgard warrior knows no fear, but I will not dishonor my tribe. I refuse to serve these men. I will not become a common thug or murderer. Anything else you can tell me about the docks? Before I left, I heard talk in the district of an auction to be held at Jim's Seedy's Tavern. Something besides the usual stolen merchandise, illegal goods, and helpless slaves sold at his filthy den of sin. The word spread quickly on the street. Perhaps I could have learned more before I left, but I had no interest in such transactions. I am a warrior, not a smuggler. There is little else I can tell you about the docks, but I know the district is dangerous. If you intend to go there, you would be wise to take along a hired blade. Actually, I'm looking for some hired help to assist me in my mission. I am no stranger to battle or bloodshed, but I am a warrior with honor. I will not undertake any sinister mission. Had I desired such work, I could have found employment back at the docks. I work for Lady Erebeth. My mission is confidential. I can understand that. If you are working for Erebeth, then I am certain your mission must be of great importance. Erebeth's reputation is well known throughout the city, so I have no fear your mission will bring dishonor to me. I will work for you if we can agree upon a fair price to my services. I am not one to boast of my own abilities, yet the skill and ferocity of the Uthgard tribes are well known throughout the north. I doubt you will find any other axeman for hire who is my equal. Only 250 gold pieces, and I am your willing servant. Let's try and persuade him down, see if we can do some haggling. That seems a little expensive. I'll give you 200. Perhaps we could split the difference and settle on 225. 225? Deal. You will not regret this, my lord. My skills are yours to command. I will follow you and perform to the best of my abilities, according to the orders you have given me. Anytime you wish to issue new orders, you only have to speak to me again. Alright, and this guy is super powerful. If you need some help, he is very good at just getting up in people's faces and dealing damage and taking hits. And he will give us his feather as a token of his help. Alright, so I'm going to go actually move him over to the temple real fast. I'm going to put him next to Tommy, and I'll do this successively with each of the people that I hire. But I will just edit out my transitions back and forth so you don't have to watch all that.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I think I will be better off on my own. Are you certain there will be no refunds for the fee you paid me earlier? Do you really want me to leave? Yes, go. Then we shall part ways, though I will wait here in case you reconsider and wish to join me again. Farewell, my lord. Alright. I will see you guys back here, or back at the Trade of Blades with the next companion. Alright, next we will talk to Sharwyn. Ooh. Here we are.
Who's this? Some poor soul straggling in off the diseased streets? Are you here to join our ranks and beg for an employer? Or are you actually here to hire someone?
I might be looking for a henchman. Is that so? Then I shall have to reform my impression of you. Who are you, then, that you have coin to spare on hiring help? My name is Covid. Pleased to meet you. My name is Sharwyn, and I call this city my home. I seek adventure and excitement. If you seek the same, you'd be smart to hire me to accompany you. And just what skills do you have? I am a caster of bardic magic, a master of all skills, and a teller of the oldest legends. And with or without your help, I intend to achieve my own fame in my time. One day bards will sing their songs about me. I suppose such talk may make me seem arrogant to you, my lord. If so, I don't particularly care. I've known the path I was on for a long time. I left behind a life of riches to live the life of the bard. You left behind a life of riches? If my own family had had its way, I would be by now comfortably married to a wealthy man I could never respect, bored to tears in my large Black Lake district mansion. How odd a game the fates play. My family lies mostly dead now, and Black Lake is full of frightened fools who bury their heads in the sand and pretend the plague won't touch them. What do you know about the Black Lake district? Plenty. It is full near to bursting with rich, frightened nobles who would rather wall off the district from everyone else and pretend the rest of the city doesn't exist than actually try to help. There are those within the district who are trying to rally the rich to aid the rest of the city, but their cries mostly fall on deaf ears. One day the plague will come for them in force, and they shall regret their selfishness. Anything you can tell me about Black Lake? Is there much else to tell? It is perhaps the one place in the city that remains yet orderly and plague-free, although getting inside its walls may be a bit of a problem. There are some elements of seediness, perhaps. Every place you find the rich, you find places where they can indulge their strangest tastes. I understand the local tavern's basement has its distractions. One thing I know for sure, if you intend to get anywhere in Black Lake, you'd best rely on charm rather than muscle, or maybe bring a companion who knows the terrain. Actually, I'm looking for some help to assist me in this mission. So I understand. Might you be able to illuminate me as to the nature of this mission of yours? I work for Lady Erebeth. My mission is confidential. Oh? Well, have it your way. If you're working for Lady Erebeth, I imagine it's something of great importance. Erebeth is Lord Nasher's servant, so your mission is bound to be exciting. Yes, I think I'd rather like to join you, if the price is right. My skills don't come cheaply, however. I'll follow you gladly, and to the best of my ability, my lord, provided my price is met. What shall the price be? Let's see, 250 gold seems fair, wouldn't you say? That seems a little expensive. I'll give you 200. I'm not a crate of salt to be haggled over. 250 gold or nothing. I'll be going now. Alright, so you can just retry this. If you wish, I'll be here, unless someone else snaps me up. So you can retry that dialogue path in order to try and get a success eventually. It is not a one and done thing. Two. There we go, we got success that way. Saved ourselves 25 gold pieces. Alright. Fair enough, my lord, I am at your disposal. I will follow you as you require. If you want me to do something different, do let me know. Shall we get a move on then? Alright. And we'll sneak her off to the temple. Same as we did for Daelen. This way, Sharwyn. Alright.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I'm splitting up. Alright. I'll meet you guys back at the Trade of Blades. Alright, let's go talk to Grimgnaw.
I know you. You were at the academy during the slaughter of the students. You were there when the assassins came.
Who are you? How do you know about the academy? I am Grimgnaw, a monk of the Order of the Long Death. The grisly account of the academy is no great secret, COVID, not to those who seek out such things. Tell me, as you stood amidst the blood-soaked corpses of your fellow students, did you gaze upon the face of death? Did you look into his cold eyes and feel his icy touch upon your soul? You seem a little creepy, Grimgnaw. Many find the members of my order unsettling, for we embrace death in all its incarnations. Yet in times like these, my skills are in great demand. What kind of skills does a monk of the Order of the Long Death possess? I am a disciple of torment and a messenger of death, the Silent Lord. I bring the absolution of pain and anguish to my enemies, to prepare them for a brutal and purifying end. In truth, my skills are not so different from any soldier or hired blade, though I embrace the beauty and perfection of my enemy's death with a zeal others often lack. What's a monk of the Long Death order doing in Neverwinter? There is a foul taint upon this city, death. True, permanent death is perfect in its absolute finality. Pain, suffering, anguish, torture. These are the tools that prepare us for my master's soothing embrace. But this plague is unnatural. Its victims never pass to embrace to the embrace of the Silent Lord. The wailing death is a blight upon the world that must be ended. So far, I have uncovered no answers on my own that might help end this epidemic, though I am eager to search the beggar's nest. What's in the beggar's nest? I have heard rumors that in the blighted district zombies walk the streets. Few things are so reviled by my order as the abomination of the undead. It would be reasonable to imagine there is some connection between the undead and the unnatural end of those who succumb to the wailing death. Why haven't you investigated the beggar's nest yourself? Alone, I am not likely to survive the dangers of the district, and throwing my life away is a foolish way to serve the Silent Lord. My death will come in its appointed time. Actually, I'm looking for some hired help to assist me on my mission. The monks of the Long Death rarely join those outside of our order, but I sense the mark of my master is upon you. A storm of blood swirls about round you. Anguish and death will follow in your wake, just as it did at the academy. Yet there are many whom death will follow in this city, many who are willing to pay for my services. But you are a fellow dwarf, so I'm willing to join you for only 150 gold pieces. Man, this guy is racist. Nice of him to help out a fellow dwarf, though. But let's see if we can persuade him just a little bit lower. How about 100? And a promise of lots and lots of killing. He didn't take it. There are many who can offer me the chance to revel in the joys of killing and death, and they will pay for more than my services. Far more for my services. My offer stands at 150. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's see if we can succeed in that again. Hey, success. There are many who would pay me more to join them, but your offer of unbridled bloodshed is tempting. What if we compromise at 125? 125, deal. I foresee a future of brutal and savage slaughter at your side, COVID. My order will be pleased. My hands will deal death to your enemies, and all my skills are yours to command. Whenever you wish me to change my tactics, you only have to speak to me. You creepy Grimgnaw. You are an evil bastard. But we could use your help. Maybe. This way, Grimgnaw. Get in line.
Is there something
I think we need to part ways now, Grimgnaw. Together we can sow death and destruction throughout the north. Why would you break up our partnership and deny the Silent Lord his due? I think it's just time we parted our ways. We part now, but you are destined to swim in an ocean of blood. Our fates are intertwined, and I shall wait here for your inevitable return so we may once more join together to perform the will of the Silent Lord. This guy is deep into his religion, man. I mean, I guess monks should be, right? But he's really into that killing people stuff. Alright, next up is our cleric buddy. Linu La'neral.
Please now, I already told you that I didn't mean to step on your cat. It ran right in front. Oh, you're not that other one.
Oh goodness, how embarrassing. Why does this always happen to me? Who are you? Before I tell you anything about me, I'd like to ask you a question if you don't mind. Go ahead. You're not one of those dirty, underhanded, conniving thief types, are you? No, I'm not. Why do you ask? I have nothing but problems with irritating, despicable thieves ever since I left. But that's not important right now. Let me introduce myself. Okay. My name is Linu La'neral, a devout priest of Sharwyn, Moonbow. I seek to continue my adventures by hiring myself out as a healer. Why are you here in the barracks rather than helping the plague victims? I came to this city believing that I could stem the tide of this plague with the powers of Sharwyn. Alas, it defied my every attempt to find a cure. I worked long, hard hours in the Temple of Tyr, trying to alleviate the pain of the sick. Finally, after working through several days and nights, I was exhausted. When I tried to stand, I fainted. Tell me what happened. Well, I fell over and bumped into a glass statue of the symbol of Tyr. One of the balanced plates flew across the room and smashed spectacularly right above the head of the high priest. The crash was so shocking that the priest sat down right on top of a rather large shard of glass. I'm sure it healed up just fine once they stripped him and pulled it out. I was unhurt, but the other priests didn't seem too concerned about that at the time. They asked me to find somewhere else to help with the wounded, as if it were my fault somehow. Well, that could happen to anyone. You were kind to say so, but I suppose it didn't help that I had accidentally lit the altar on fire the previous day. Are you really that clumsy? I'm not really clumsy. I was just tired. My troubles don't come from a lack of dexterity, so much as poor timing. Don't worry, I'm good in a fight and an excellent healer. Each day, I have been assisting victims of the plague in the slums in the Black Lake District, where they lie in the street, ignored by the residents and guards alike. That's good of you. Well, not anymore. The last time I visited there was a couple of days ago. I was attempting to heal a sick old woman off the street when I was set upon by several thugs. They attacked you while you were helping plague victims? People are terribly discouraged because they figure that they are going to catch the wailing death, so they aren't overly concerned with morals. In their desperation, they turn to theft, or worse. I want to go back and help, but what can I do? I think that if I could earn some more experience, and maybe some gold, I might be able to make a difference. I'm looking for a good healer to help me in my mission. Although, actually, let's choose that one first. Do you know anything else about the Black Lake District? Some of the rich nobles have collected exotic animals and made a zoo for their entertainment. The conditions of the zoo are supposed to be disgusting, and the animals have been mistreated. I should have done something about it, but the sick and dying in this city are enough misery for anyone. I heard there's a druid here in the core who is looking for someone to help free the animals. We did talk to Nayatar already. If you want to go to Black Lake District, you'll have to cross the slums. Plenty of looters would like to stick a knife in you, so having someone who can guard your back and heal your wounds is a good idea. Hey, we already killed most of those people. What I need is someone to assist me on my mission. I want to trust you, and I need the work, but I really don't care to be involved in any shady deals. Perhaps you could tell me more about this mission. I work for Lady Erebeth. My mission is confidential. I can understand that. If you are working for Erebeth, then I'm certain your mission must be of great importance. Erebeth has worked so hard to combat this plague, so I'm sure I can trust her instincts on this matter. I would love to work for you if we can agree upon a fair price for my services. My goal in life is to get through with a minimum of pain, but sometimes one has to aim for simple survival. To achieve that, you will need an experienced healer. I promise I will do my best to keep you in excellent health. Only 250 gold pieces, and you will gain the talents of one who can heal and fight. That seems a little expensive. I'll give you 200. I'm sorry, 250 is my final offer. Consider the cost of repeated journeys to a temple for healing. That's definitely true. But we still want the discount.
Welcome back to the trade of blades.
Success! Perhaps you can meet in the middle and settle on 225. You got it. You will not regret this, dear COVID. My skills are yours to command. I will follow you and perform to the best of my abilities, according to the orders you have given me. Anytime you wish to issue new orders, you have only to speak to me again. Solid. Thank you for your help. Alright, back we go. Line up.
Hey there, dear. What can I do for you?
I think I'd do better off on my own. Oh, my friend, is this true? I can't give you your money back. Are you sure you want to do this? Then I shall wait here until you have further need of me again. Please don't be long. Take care, dear COVID. Wow, so much more understanding than the guy who said, "Don't leave me, or we have to kill everybody." Alright, here's our last guy that we will be hiring. Boddyknock Glinckle.
Hello there. You don't have the look of one of those Neverwinter soldiers about you. Neither do you show any evidence of having contracted the plague.
But you have a certain bearing about you that distinguishes you from the ordinary citizen. Based on my observations, I'd venture the hypothesis you are of an adventurer, correct? You're right, I am an adventurer. My name is COVID Quarantine. Who are you? I am Boddyknock Glinckle, a gnome sorcerer from the island of Lantern, who has only recently arrived here in Neverwinter. Lantern? Isn't that a place where all those crazy inventions come from? My homeland does have a reputation for producing marvelous machines and outlandish contraptions not otherwise known in Faerun. We Lanternese are a people guided by the analytical principles of science, observation, reason, and logic. But don't allow yourself to be misled by rumors and hearsay. We aren't all kooky inventors as some would have you believe. I myself am a sorcerer, for example. A sorcerer? I thought Lantern looked down on magic. The Lanternese people do not disparage magic, though many do not understand it. However, in my land, we rely on arcane far less than other peoples in Faerun. We prefer to seek a scientific solution to a problem rather than a magical one. Often, through observation and experimentation, a problem can be solved without resorting to magecraft. Of course, sometimes a little touch of the arcane is a good thing. When the situation is appropriate, I do not hesitate to use my powers, COVID. I may be from Lantern, but I am first and foremost a sorcerer. What are you doing in Neverwinter? I left my home some time ago to experience the broader world. It is not uncommon for the people of my island to undertake such a journey. I was exploring the northern Sword Coast when I heard rumblings of a previously unknown plague breaking out in Neverwinter. In the name of the scientific discovery, I came to investigate and catalog the new illness. Fortunately, I arrived before the city was quarantined. I decided to begin my investigations of the wailing death in the Beggar's Nest. Why the Beggar's Nest? From the accounts I gathered, it was generally agreed that the Beggar's Nest was where the outbreak began. I thought the best way to learn about the plague was to trace it back to its source. And when I learned that the clerics were unable to combat the plague, I thought that I could apply the scientific principles of Lantern to discover a more mundane cure. Unfortunately, I had to end my investigations into the Beggar's Nest mere days after they began, far too short a time to conduct a proper study of the situation. Why did you stop your investigations? It is difficult to conduct a serious scientific analysis when you are constantly besieged by zombies. Much as I wanted to continue my research, I was not about to throw my life away to do it. However, the zombie infestation struck me as more than mere coincidence. I suspect there may be more than a casual relationship between the animated corpses in the district and the outbreak of the plague itself. While the zombies continue to wander the district, I cannot test my theory, but I suspect information that could lead to a cure can be found within the Beggar's Nest. Actually, I'm looking for some hired help to assist me on my mission. Your mission? And what mission would that be? I work for Lady Erebeth. My mission is confidential. A confidential mission from Lady Erebeth? Given the circumstances, it is not difficult for me to surmise that your mission is somehow connected to the finding a cure for the plague. Given my own scientific interest in the plague, I would be glad to accompany you in your mission, Covid. All evidence seems to indicate you are a capable man who isn't afraid of a little adventure and exploration. Your looks are unsavory, but only a fool judges on appearances. I'll join up with you for 250 gold pieces. How about 200, and the promise you'll experience wonders you've never seen before? You're not the only one looking to hire me. I wouldn't be logical for me to cut my rate with demand exceeding supply. My offer stands at 250. Alright, let's see if we can beat him.
That would lead me to conclude that...
Whew, we're getting lucky on these second tries. I guess that's only logical that we should do a little bartering. What if we compromise at 225? 225? Deal. Every expedition needs a leader. Since you're paying, it's only logical that you should be the one in charge. I'll use my spells and skills to help you out as we go along as best I can. If you ever want me to change my tactics, just speak to me and give me new instructions. Excellent. So I believe Boddyknock is one of the people that we've already found his quest item for. So let's see if we can continue him down his conversation tree.
Is there something you need?
I just want to talk for a while. I am a staunch proponent of the free exchange of ideas, Covid. What is it you wish to know? If you're going to be my henchman, I'd like to know more about you. Your request is completely logical, Covid, and I will be happy to answer your inquiries. However, as you might expect, I have some questions of my own. Why are you here, Covid? What events are the underlying basis of your service to Erebeth in the city of Neverwinter? I have seen too much death and suffering from the plague to stand idly by. Compassion is an admirable trait, Covid, though I must confess my own motivations when I came here were quite different. When I heard about the plague, I was flushed with the thrill of scientific discovery. I thought that if I applied the principles of observation and experimentation, I could discover a cure for the plague. It was only after I arrived that I realized how wrong my preconceived notions were. I suppose the threat of I suppose the need to learn this lesson was one of the reasons my mentor insisted on sending me out from Lantern. Your mentor? I am a sorcerer. I have the ability to unleash powerful and dangerous forces. I would have been foolish to undertake this career path without seeking the guidance of one more experienced than I. However, sorcerers and wizards are not common in Lantern. We prefer to find a scientific solution to problems whenever possible, rather than relying on magic. At last, I managed to locate another who could train me in the arcane arts, a human sorcerer named Profiro, who lived in a secluded tower on the far side of the island. And he took you in? I admit that when I first arrived at the Profiro's tower, I did not receive a warm welcome, or rather, to be more accurate, I should say I received an overly warm welcome. Just as I reached Profiro's tower, a large lizard popped out behind a nearby bush. It was somewhat alarming. However, when the creature opened its jaws and belched forth a jet of flame, I became absolutely terrified. I fled back the way I had come, the fire drake's blasts of flame licking at my heels the entire way. As soon as I passed beyond the boundaries of Profiro's land, the creature turned and disappeared back into the bushes. What did you do then? Once I had regained my wits, I realized that the fire drake served a dual purpose. It was a guardian of Profiro's estate, but it also provided a challenge for any would-be apprentices who might wish to approach him. If I could find a way to best the creature, I was certain Profiro would see my potential and accept me as an apprentice. The problem was how to get past the creature when my magics was barely able to ignite a candle. I had to rely on my mind to solve the problem, so I began to analyze the facts I knew, and I realized the creature was nothing more than an illusion. An illusion? How did you figure that out? I simply looked at the evidence. Fire drakes are not indigenous to my island, and the climate is hardly suitable for one to survive. Plus, I had noticed no burnt patches of grass and scorched bushes on the grounds, and the flames I felt licking at my heels had done no damage to my shoes and clothing. Armed with the undeniable proof of the illusion, I marched up to the tower once again. When the lizard appeared, I simply ignored it. It charged straight at me, fire and smoke spewing from its jaws, but I held my ground, and a split second before the beast bowled me over, it disappeared in a shower of light. The door to the tower swung open. I stepped in to see an old man in robes. He smiled at me and said, "Well done, Boddyknock Glinckle. You have proven yourself worthy of being my student. I am Profero." What was it like as his apprentice? I'm sorry, COVID, but it isn't the most reasonable time to discuss this, is it? After all, Neverwinter is in great peril. Ask me again about this later, and I will be happy to continue my tale, but for now we should focus on your mission to Lady Erebeth. Alright. I'm going to call the episode right there, but I believe I do have his quest item, so I think we can get more of the story out of him, as long as we're a decent level. So I'll see you guys next time.